Hey guys, I don't even know if I'm recording or not. I think so. I couldn't hear the beep. Anyway, hi, happy Tuesday. So today is part 2 of your writing a narrative about an object that is incredibly personal and precious to you. And I really want you guys to be excited about this because it's my chance to not only learn more about you and something that's really precious to you, but it's your experience and your chance to express that as well. So I think it's going to be totally awesome. So today, our big takeaway is that we're going to really practice and scaffold through an example. And you're going to be going through a chart and saying, okay, what was this and what was that and what was this and what was that? And then saying, okay, this is my object and kind of putting it through the same process. So I am here as your expert to walk you through. So here we go. Make sure your attendance journal is done by 10 a.m. I also added, if you noticed, instead of the my website, that I put the National Geographic link there. So that way, I think it's kind of cool to have that link in case you want to really go through all those animals and look through some really rad stuff. There are some good ones. We're going to go through today's slides. Obviously, there's an example article about a soccer ball we're going to go over, and then you're going to complete the chart preparing for your own story. So come along. Today's objectives, you're going to plan a first draft of your personal narrative and use a connection with Anne Frank's diary to help choose your object to write about. I will use a variety of sentences in writing my personal narrative. So yesterday, what you should have done is chosen your object through the idea of Anne Frank and her diary of her fountain pen, don't forget. And so we're going to apply that today. So what I'm going to do for you guys is this is the actual story. This is the example. But what I think makes perfect sense for me is to go back and say, okay, if I am reading and listening to something, I want to know what's my purpose. That just makes sense to me. So let's look at this. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for, how did this person come to own the object? What is the object? How did the author describe it? Why is the object important or representative of the author's life? Is it written in first, second, or third person point of view? How can you tell? Okay, so there's kind of some idea, because if you look in this part, now you're going to do the same thing with your example. So I was telling my kids here about my grandmother's wedding ring, and I told you guys yesterday about how important it is. And I walked through how I got her ring, all of the incredible things that she did in her life while it was on her hand and her finger, some places I've taken it, where I store it because it's so incredibly precious to me, and who I share my stories about my grandmother with. Okay, so let me go back, see if I can go back in time. Yes, I can. So I'm going to read this for you guys, best friends. It would actually make a lot of sense. Well, it just depends, but if you want to, you can have this up and then you can kind of as you go. It's totally up to you. If you don't want to hear me speak and read, just skip on past. Okay, here we go. Move my face. Object of importance story. Here we go. For as long as I can remember, I have loved soccer. My mom says I learned to kick a soccer ball the day after I learned how to walk. Whether I was playing with friends or family, soccer has always been a part of my life and continues to bring me such happiness. That is why my soccer ball is the most important object in my life. I still remember the day I was able to pick it out. It was my 10th birthday, and my parents took me to Walmart and told me I could pick out any ball I liked. I spent 30 minutes trying to decide and kept going back and forth on which one was the perfect ball. I finally picked out a blue Nike ball with green stars on it. When I kicked it, the stars glided through the air and it looked like shooting stars. I loved how it looked, so I decided that that was the perfect ball for me. As soon as I got home, I started playing with it in my front yard. I spent 6 hours kicking it across the yard and only stopped when my mom made me come in for dinner. For 3 years now, that has continued, and all I ever want to do is play with my soccer ball. After high school, or after school, on the weekends, on summer break, all I ever do with my free time is play with my soccer ball. Having a ball of my own showed me how much I have for soccer, and that I want to be a professional soccer player when I grow up. Hopefully one day I'll be using professional grade soccer balls, but I'll always look back at my blue Nike ball with green stars and remember how much I learned with it. It's been the best thing I've ever had. See, guys, it's nothing crazy. For this kid, it's a soccer ball. It's nothing huge. But for him, it's everything, right? It's what's important to you, okay? So start filling this out. How did they come to own the object? Remember that story? What is the object? How is it described? Why is the object important or representative of the author's life? And is it written in first, second, or third point of view, okay? We have gone over point of view a bajillion times. If you get stuck, you could always use the World Wide Web. But if I just tell you guys the answers, you're not going to be able to learn and figure it out for yourselves, right? What did you say? Yes, that's correct. Okay. I'm always right. I know. Okay, so now this is for you. How did you come to own the object? What is the object? How would you describe it? What is the object? Why is the object important or representative of you as a person? Okay. So we're scaffolding this and we're getting ready. So this is kind of step one for today to get yourselves ready. I'm going to show you, because I'm going to attach it for you. Here's your rubric. Okay. A rubric is there to kind of give you guys an outline of what is expected. Okay. It's because we want you to be successful. So it says, we've learned a lot about how precious an item can be for someone, especially during troubling times. For Anne Frank, that was her diary and her fountain pen. For Eli Wiesel, remember, it was his golden watch from his bar mitzvah. You'll be writing a personal narrative about an item in your life that you consider important or that represents you. I want you guys to think about it first, kind of take a little bit step back. Some of you guys are going to need a little bit more help in scaffolding on this. Some of you guys, I really just want you to tell me your story. It's really important to me. I really want to hear from you. I've already had kids at school express their object. I've had kids cry today when we talked about them, and that's so awesome. Not the crying part. I'm excited that there's something that is that important to you, that you feel that loved and that connection to. So this is what we're looking for in expectations, okay? And as soon as you're ready to start a rough draft, you can because we're going to look at your rough draft on Wednesday and Thursday and get a grade for it and peer edit, and it's going to be due Friday. So the story is 300 words long. I can show you how to do that tomorrow. The story focuses on an object of importance in your life. The story is written in first person, I, me, my. The story tells how you came to own the object, describes the object in detail, and explains why the object is important to you or represents you. Okay? Object in detail. How'd you get it? Right? Soccer ball. Walmart. How does he get it? And what does he do with it? Green stars. Explains why it's important to you. Okay, what does it do? And again, this can be really, really simple. Here's your rubric also so that you know what's going on. Organization, how is it organized and separated? Because if I have three main things that I'm going to talk about, guess what? Put them in 3 paragraphs. That makes the most sense, right? 3 paragraphs. The story is written in the first person point of view. The writing is well done, professional, and is at least 300 words long. Conventions and spelling, few to no errors. So a really cool way is you guys have all these different tools on the side. So I can highlight an entire part. I should be able to go to tools. Where's a paragraph? Word count right there. Do you guys see it? Word count. And it says words, 155 of 341 words. So it tells me how many I highlighted. It's saying I highlighted 155 words, but the page is 341. Okay, that's it. Super easy piece. So as you can see, it's going to be very simple as long as you guys can put your heart and soul out there and do your best and give me some of your effort. You're going to be super cool this week, okay? I love writing. I want you to love writing. So I'm the perfect person. Do you see me talking to you? I want to help you. I love you. So if you need something, please don't hesitate. Don't forget that I have tutorials every day from 11 to 12. I will be on tutorials personally every Thursday, Friday. Okay? You guys have a blessed day. Sending my sunshine hugs and get to writing. Bye.